Welcome to Card Corner. These are the cards, that's the corner. Today I've got a couple of packs of these DC Cosmic Cards Inaugural Edition with bonus randomly inserted holograms. 12 cards a pack. They are from 1991 by Impel. DC is, of course, a brand that has a lot of famous characters such as Superman, Batman, and as you can see here, Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. Let's open them up and see what we can get. Be cool to get one of those holograms for sure. All these bags are like the garbage bag style. So this obviously it predates the DC cinematic universe by quite a bit. Oh, here is Blue Beetle. I think that's a card that Milo over at Trade Cards, the trading card channel, really enjoys. He's a Hero Heritage card, a Silver Age Blue Beetle. Pretty cool looking. Oh, what's this? Got like a line down the back. All right, here we get the stats of the Identikit. Here's his Magic Scarab. Kaji Da, those were the magic words that thanks to the Egyptian scarab gem of Ka-if-Ri, transform archaeologist Dan Garrett into Blue Beetle, the Azure Avenger. Granted the sense-shattering powers of super strength, invulnerability, flight, and the ability to fire spectacular energy bolts from his hands and eyes, the unstoppable Blue Beetle defends the world against a myriad of menaces until his final foe delivered him to death's door, and Garrett's friend Ted Cord inherited the Beetle identity. Oh, who was the name of Dan Garrett's girlfriend? I've never read this comic, so there is no way for me to know. But it is Luri Hoshid. Anyway, I think that was a pretty cool first card. I've never actually read the Blue Beetle, but it's cool to hear that he is like got this Egyptian theme. Here is one of the Earth's mightiest villains. It is Hungan. Looks like he's doing some voodoo doll type stuff to the heroes. I think that's supposed to be Batman up there. Yeah, here's his voodoo doll. Hungan, he's stuck on you. A Haitian who has combined the science of computers with the magic of tribal voodoo. Hungan has crafted a special computerized figurine. By stabbing it with his electronic pins, he can stimulate the traditional effects of a voodoo doll, crippling his opponents by needling them in his own special and deadly way. Hungan is related to Cyborg of the New Titans. True or false? I'm going to say true. False. Just some random guy. So yeah, I think that I've never heard of this guy before either, but I like the combination of traditional and modern in his sort of computer voodoo thing he's got going on there. I like so far that they're sticking to the character cards method. Here is Animal Man. And I do think the pictures are pretty good. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Here is Animal Man's alien benefactors. I guess the guy's giving him money to be Animal Man. Thanks to a pair of mysterious aliens, he can run like a cheetah, fly like an eagle, leap like a grasshopper, or swim like a shark. He's Buddy Baker, the man with animal powers. Animal Man can mimic the abilities of any nearby beast, and with the wonders of all nature at his command, the only limits of his powers are the limits of his imagination. Ooh. So he can basically like turn into whatever he wants. Any animal he wants. Pretty cool. This sort of reminds me of Animorphs, which is a book series that I grew up reading. I read almost every single one of those, where some aliens crash land on Earth and give the human teenagers some powers to turn into animals. All right, here we get. I recognize this for sure. It is Action Comics #1. This is that. I don't know if it's the most sought after comic book, but it's definitely up there. It came out in June 1938. It was 10 cents. And it had a 1991 Overstreet price guide value of 55,000 near mint. I have a feeling it goes for quite a bit more than that now, but I'm not too entirely sure how much it's worth. A tireless figure speeds through the night, desperately racing against the clock to save a man's life. So begins the first Superman story, a tale in which the Man of Steel burns onto the scene by snatching an innocent man from the grim grasp of the electric chair in the very nick of time. Still more deeds await Metropolis Marvel, including the rescue of reporter Lois Lane from a band of kidnapping gangsters. A mild-mannered newsman, Clark Kent, reports the next day on the front page of the Daily Star. Though everyone marvels at Kent's uncanny ability to get the inside story on Superman, no one suspects his true secret, that the two men are in reality one and the same. So one thing I did do a few years ago was read not the early Superman comics, but I read a bunch of the early Batman comics, and they're definitely a lot different than the sort of comics that they write now. It was this one probably would have been like Superman and a bunch of other stories. Like Batman came originally in Detective Comics, and then eventually they're just like, I guess we'll just stick with Batman. Which, fair enough, I guess. All right, here is Mr. Mrs. Pitlick. I think that's how you say it. I think that this guy is like, he's one of Superman's villains, and he can do basically anything. An example of Mrs. Pitlick's magic. It looks like he just turned the Daily Planet into a dude. By now, Superman recognizes that sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach. It means the magical imp Mrs. Pitlick has come once more materialized in Metropolis. An inveterate gambler, Mrs. Pitlick also presents the Man of Steel with some goofy new stunt, such as saying his own name backwards or painting his face blue, and offers to return home if Superman can trick him into performing it. Fortunately, he hasn't managed to stump Superman yet. What alias did Mrs. Pitlick use on Earth? I'm going to say that he used Lois Lane. Nope, it was Ben DeRoy. I thought maybe he would have used Lois Lane to try to trick Superman, but what do I know? All right, here we get Amazo. Another villain, looks like. Got a cool mace there. Although if you've got a Green Lantern ring, I'm not sure if you'd need a mace. Here's his creation matrix. Not sure what that is. Doomed to the Justice League, cries Amazo, the soulless android whose only goal is the complete and total destruction of Earth's mightiest superheroes. With his unique cellular structure, Amazo can absorb and duplicate any superhero's power and weapons, including Flash's whirlwind speed, Superman's planet-shattering strength, and Green Lantern's miraculous power ring. Any one of these attributes would make him a tough opponent. Together, they turn him into a one-man Justice League. They say he's 8 feet tall. Yeah, 8 feet tall. Wow. That's a tall, bad guy. How tall is this guy? He's probably short. 3'2". 41 pounds. All right, here we get, it is an invasion group portrait. That's pretty neat. Great battles. Invasion number 1 to 3. It's from 1988. A hellish glow envelops the Earth, and instantly Earth's superheroes fall prey to the Dominator's gene bomb, which wreaks havoc with the metagene in most of Earth's superpowered beings and delivers them to death's door. In order to save them, the Martian Manhunter leads a stalwart squadron of non metagene heroes, including Starman, Robot Man, Rocket Red, Superman, and Green Lantern's Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan through interplanetary space to the very heart of darkness, the Dominion homeworld itself, fighting side by side with the Omega Men and the Blasters in a desperate gambit to cure their dying friends. The Manhunter and his soldiers wrest the secret of the gene bomb's antidote from the Dominators and rescue Earth's superheroes from certain doom. I never read that one. I only really recognize Superman and the Green Lantern guys. But here is Manga Con. What? Manga Con. Is he like a comic book villain? The evil competitor to Western comics. Here's the Cluster. He's another tall guy, 6'6". Manga Con is a true gas bag, a sentient gas being from a far-flung galaxy who roams the universe in search of the ultimate bargain. What? As the barter king of the universe, he's a villain who can be successfully dealt with by anyone, even you, provided you can sustain the frenzied wheeling and dealing Manga Con craves. In his starship, the Cluster, Khan scours the spaceways for terrific trades. He especially loves to barter with Earthlings, who are known throughout the cosmos for their gullibility. And what was his most annoying habit? He had to get all the good bargains. He talked out loud to himself too much. I guess he's a bit of a joke character. I wonder if it's actually supposed to be referencing manga. It's from 1992. I think the only manga that was really around then was like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and Samurai Pizza Cats, at least here. Here's Firestorm. Pretty cool picture of him there. Here is the Hudson Nuclear Power Plant. Fused together by an earth-shattering explosion at Hudson Nuclear Power Plant, teenager Ronnie Raymond and scientist Martin Stein became the all-powerful elemental called Firestorm. Firestorm can rearrange the molecular structure of inorganic matter, enjoys total command over fire and flame, and uses these powers to turn up the heat for criminals everywhere. Where did Firestorm's climactic battle take place? Was it the Hudson Nuclear Power Plant? On the surface of the sun. I got that one very wrong. All right, next up we get, it is Deadline. He's gonna submit his term paper at the very last minute. Deadline's energy rifle and anti-gravity discs. No one gets past Deadline, a master assassin whose specialty is his ability to strike anywhere at any time. As a vengeful wraith who can enter the safest strongholds with ease, Deadline is an unstoppable juggernaut, a black-hearted bandit who possesses superhuman reflexes and skin like steel. Though he is a master of many weapons, the dreaded Deadline has one particular favorite, a high-tech rifle that fires bolts of blazing energy. Spoiled it for myself. In what city did Starman first fight Deadline? It is Las Vegas. All right, next up we get, oh, nice one. It is a Golden Age Wonder Woman Hero Heritage card. Kind of like that one. It is Paradise Island, home of the Amazons. When Hitler's Nazis Nazi troops threatened the safety of the free world. The Olympian gods took action to preserve the spirit of liberty. With their guidance, Hippolyte, queen of Paradise Island, commanded her Amazons to compete for the right to go to America and fight for freedom. To Hippolyte's stunned surprise, the ultimate victor was her own daughter, Princess Diana, who soon became the star-spangled champion the world knew as Wonder Woman. In her secret identity, what job did the Golden Age Wonder Woman hold? I'm going to guess she was a flight attendant, judging by her hat there. An army nurse. I got that one wrong. I never really read much Wonder Woman, but they've got those movies now, which she's known for. And here is a Wonder Woman comic book cover. Looks like she's riding into battle with some soldiers there. And it is a complete 64-page issue containing all new, never before seen published adventures of Wonder Woman. She was a prisoner of love, her love for the brutish lout Hercules. Despite the dire warnings of the wise goddess Aphrodite, Hippolyte, queen of the Amazons, found herself seduced by the devious demigod who stole from her the enchanted girdle that gave the Amazons their strength. Still, though they had not heeded her counsel, Aphrodite took pity on the Amazons and freed them, commanding them to travel to Paradise Island, there to build a beauteous city forbidden to all men. From that day on, the Amazons never again doubted the wisdom of Aphrodite, who soon rewarded Queen Hippolyte for her unquestioning faith by magically granting her a daughter named Diana, a girl who would become known to the world as Wonder Woman. Princess Diana. All right, that was a pretty good pack. We don't usually see packs with 12 cards in it too much these days. Although does seem to be like a lot of kind of joke characters in here. Maybe that's just DC. I guess probably this Wonder Woman is my favorite. Although this Blue Beetle is pretty cool too. All right, let's open this last pack. See if we can't get a Batman. I suppose that would probably be my go-to or my favorite card to get in this set. All right, the first one's not Batman, but it is Lex Luther. I do think this is a pretty good set. I think it looks like we've got like modern age and golden age, so different time periods for the heroes, and I think that the art and layout is pretty good too. Here is Lex Luthor's Kryptonite Ring. To most metropolitans, Lex Luthor is a beloved billionaire philanthropist, but Superman knows better. Beneath Luthor's businessman facade lurks a master criminal whose empire LexCorp maintains illegitimate interests worldwide. Luthor hates Superman for stealing his position as the most powerful man in Metropolis, and has dedicated his life to finding some way to turn the man of tomorrow into yesterday's news. And I covered up the question before I saw the answer. True or false? Lex Luthor employs an all-male staff. I'm going to say false. False. Luthor's aides are all female. In fact, it is the opposite. It's a good character to get. All right, and here is Parasite. Looks like he's busting through a wall, holding a Superman cape. The toxic waste that transformed Parasite. Don't you guys hate when that happens? Rudy Jones was a loser, a pathetic wretch who made his way through life by leeching off of his friends. When they called him a parasite, they didn't know the half of it, for when Jones was irradiated by the pulsating power of radioactive toxic waste, He was transformed into a hideous, scarred creature who lives only by stealing the life force of the innocent. What's more, the parasite can absorb the powers of any superheroes he encounters, making him virtually unstoppable. When absorbing a person's life force, what else does the parasite unwittingly steal? Um, when he steals their life force, what else does he unwittingly steal? I think he's going to take some memories. Oh, victim's memories. Nice deduction there by Mr. Card Corner. And here is another great battle. Looks like Wonder Woman, Green Lantern guy with a bowl cut, and the Flash are facing off against some robot dogs. The dark steed of suspicions begins to flower within the hearts of men and women the world's over as Darkseid Operation Humiliation continues to blossom. Once one of Darkseid's most loyal lieutenants, Glorious Godfrey, uses his power over men's minds to infiltrate the media and create a fevered anti-hero campaign that sweeps through America like wildfire. Across the country, superheroes are suddenly persecuted and attacked by the common man, those whom they are sworn to protect, while in New York, what little remaining faith the public has in its superpowered champions is crushed when Brimstone defeats the Justice League of America with ridiculous ease. The end result, bowing to the will of the people, the President of the United States passes a law that immediately brands all superheroes as outlaws. I feel like that's been like almost every superhero franchise at this point has done a story like this. All right, next up we get one of Earth's mightiest heroes. It is Vixen. Looks like she's got a cat spirit there. She's got a Tantu totem. Looks like she appeared in 1981. The glitz and glamour surrounding fabulous fashion model Mary McCabe serves to conceal her second secret career as the savage siren called Vixen. Using an amazing African artifact, the Tantu totem, she can mimic the powers of any jungle animal for as long as she wishes, provided she is careful not to allow sheer animal savagery to overwhelm her. With what supergroup has Vixen served? Oh, I sort of spoiled it. It is the Justice League and the Suicide Squad. Those are the only two supergroups I know from DC Comics. All right, next up we get a Silver Age Shazam. He's got one of his own movies too. Actually, a couple one. They just put out another one that I never heard about until it was already out on, I don't know, Crave or Netflix or something. Here is Wiz TV. 20 years. That's how long Captain Marvel and his friends spent imprisoned in chilling suspended animation as victims of the world's wickedest scientist, Dr. Thaddeus Bodog Savannah. Once freed, young Billy Batson resumed his career as a bombastic boy newscaster for Wiz TV. As Captain Marvel, he continued his heroic exploits with the aid of his twin sister, Mary Marvel, and his young protege, the crippled newsboy who was transformed by a thundering bolt of magic lightning into the blue-suited Captain Marvel Jr. By what name was the team of Marvels better known? The Shazam crew. The Marvel family. It's kind of funny how there's all this Marvel stuff in DC. I think that Shazam used to be Captain Marvel. Now there's another Captain Marvel in Marvel. All right, oh, kind of dented the corner there. Clumsy. All right, here's Blockbuster. Not to be confused with the store that doesn't exist anymore. Roland Desmond's Blockbuster serum. The Man Mountain Blockbuster, sworn enemy of Starman, was no more than a brainy and frail thief until an experimental steroid bulked him up and buried his crafty cunning beneath a blinding white-hot rage. Stomping through the Southwest, Blockbuster eventually had his ruinous rampage brought to an end by Starman. Blockbuster may eventually be returned to normal, but will he be able to contain the beast within? I feel like I should be able to write a good Blockbuster joke in my head for this, but I can't really. So make your own Blockbuster joke up and insert it right here. The second Blockbuster. Who is the first? I do not know. Roland's younger brother, Mark. Oh yeah. All right, next up it is Metron. Got a pretty cool chairship there. This is his Mobius Chair. Though curiosity may have killed the cat, it holds no threat for Metron, a supreme explorer, scientist, and inventor. This new god swears allegiance to neither New Genesis nor Apocalypse. Instead, every move he makes in his dimension-spanning Mobius Chair is dedicated to unraveling the tangled enigmas of the universe. What is Metron's best-known invention? The Mobius Chair? No, that's the teleportational device called the Boom Tube. I've never heard of it. All right, here we get Hawkwoman. Hawkwoman. I've heard of Hawkman, but not Hawkwoman. Hawkwoman's wings and anti-gravity belt. Flying at fantastic speeds thanks to her anti-gravity belt and artificial wings. Shayera Thal soars through the streets of Chicago. At the side of her partner Hawkman, Hawkwoman uses her warrior skills honed in the ghettos of her home world Thangar to clean up the city. When it comes to the fight against evil, she swoops to conquer. Who was Hawkwoman's first Earth friend? I'm going to say it was Hawkman. Policeman Virgil K. Jones. I should have known. Yeah, just calling her Hawkwoman seems kind of lazy. All right, here we've got the Great Darkness Saga Great Battles card. It's probably the weakest of the Great Battles cards we've got so far. Battered and beaten by the Servants of Darkness, the mighty Legionnaires are unable to prevent the Dreadnought of Darkness from thieving the magic of Sorcerer's World. Nevertheless, amidst the ashes of defeat, the superheroes make an unexpected discovery in the form of a mysterious infant who seems to age to adulthood before their very eyes. As the Legion ponders the infant's strange secret and plans its final strategy, so does the Dark Master, who streaks across the spaceways to take complete and total mental control over the 3 billion inhabitants of the planet Daxam, each of whom is more powerful than even Superboy. Together they form an undefeatable army, a superpowered militia under the command of the Dark Master Darkseid. Is that Darkseid? I'm not too sure. All right, next up is the Showcase of the Atom. Looks like he's trapping a guy in a big bottle. It was only 10 cents back in 1961. Cave-in. Within hours, physicist Ray Palmer, his girlfriend Jean Loring, and their school-age group of explorers will run out of air. Their only hope lies in Palmer himself, or rather in the secret shrinking ray he'd crafted from a chunk of white dwarf star. Stealing away, the physicist trains the shrinking lens on himself, and in seconds he dwindles down to 6-inch size, the cavern prison looming large above him. At his new height, however, he takes advantage of footholds too small for normal use and creates an exit through which all can escape, later incorporating his secret lens into a tiny costume tailored from white dwarf material. Palmer decides to use its microelectronic controls to become the Atom, the world's smallest superhero. So they got Atom and they've got Black Adam, I believe, as well. It's a lot of atoms. All right, next card is Crisis on Earths 1 and 2. Here we've got some bad guys staring down up from above like it's that Simpsons episode where Bleeding Gums Murphy passes away. That's from 1963. Over the years, the Justice League of America had vanquished the vilest villains with ease. Now, however, they find themselves thwarted by Felix Faust, Kronos, and Dr. Alchemy, the crafty crime champions. Little do the JLAers know that the secret of their foes' sinister success lies in their alliance with the other crime champions, those from the parallel world called Earth 2. Together, these secondary supercriminals, Fiddler, Wizard, and Icicle, all foes of the JLA's Earth 2 counterparts, the Justice Society, conjure up a shady scheme to help their Earth 1 brothers annihilate the heroes of both worlds. That's quite the plan. All right, last card we've got here is Hawk. So there's Hawk, Hawkman, and Hawkwoman. Here is T'Char, cool looking dragon guy. He fought to live and lived to fight. He was Hawk, rampaging half of the crime-fighting team Hawk and Dove. The magic of the Lord of Chaos, T'Char, allowed college student Hank Hall to transform into the super strong, super tough Hawk whenever danger was in the air. He used his powers to terrorize evildoers until he became one himself, the murderous monarch. Hawk was a student at which college? I'm going to say Metropolis City University? Georgetown University. Okay. So as you can probably imagine, I didn't read too much DC. The only ones I read were Batman. However, Batman seemed to nowhere to be seen in this set, unfortunately. I'm not sure if he's excluded from the set entirely or if we just didn't get him. Anyway, thanks for checking in on Card Corner. I enjoyed looking at these. Give me a like on the video if you enjoyed them too. Subscribe if you want to see more card-related nonsense, and let me know in the comments what your favorite card was. I'd say my top cards were this Shazam, this Lex Luthor, and Wonder Woman. I'd be interested to know if you guys have heard of some of these heroes like Manga Con or Hungan or I think I know Amazo. Parasite, if you ever heard of Parasite, let me know in the comments. And thanks for stopping by. This was Card Corner, checking out these cosmic cards. Take it easy.